It should be the third week of February now, and you've watched 2 full episodes of us kind of breaking down our purpose on the Diverse Voices Unite team and providing some information that benefits everybody in our school community, in our city. So we're happy that you've been watching up to now. Today's episode is going to dig deeper into terminology, kind of the mistaken cancellation that's happening right now with what can you say and what can you not say. We're going to go into that. So just to introduce again, I'm Serena.
I'm Aminata.
I'm Isosa.
And we're all from the Diverse Voices Unite team, and this is our 3rd episode. So, like we were saying, it's really easy to mess up accidentally or say things that you may not mean in the moment. So just knowing your terminology and taking that extra time to make sure that you feel comfortable and the people around you feel comfortable, especially during this time, is important. So we're just going to go over some words that we feel is beneficial for you to know.
The terminology microaggression, it means basically when you unconsciously do something or an action or say something that is racist or stereotypical, but you didn't actually mean it. You didn't intentionally mean to be racist. And for example, maybe a black man walks into a store and the store clerk is keeping an eye on them, thinking that they're going to steal. And that's basically being stereotypical. And they're not verbally saying like, "Oh, you're gonna steal," but they're doing it like unconsciously because of the stereotypes that are put out in the world.
Yeah, I feel like a good example is like a backhanded thing in like an everyday world life. Like when someone gives you a backhanded compliment, that's the way I feel with microaggressions.
And looking back on the stereotypical of microaggressions, there are a lot of stereotypes about Black people, but and we're not saying it. Obviously, we're trying to educate you guys and to help you out. And if you say something and you didn't mean it, we're not gonna get offended by it because you didn't know what it meant or anything like that.
I think so. You should never be like, I'm gonna get canceled for this or anything. It's more just people can tell if you're intentionally trying to learn or if you're trying to do something else. But one of my favorite words is equity. I learned this word 2 years ago, so that shows something there. I only learned it 2 years ago, and I didn't know the difference between that word and equality. And it's really just making up for a long, long history of oppression and just putting us back 400 laps is the way that I learned it if we were in a race setting. And that's a lot. So I think equity is just providing resources for people of color in Northern America and all across the world so that we can all be able to live life equally and all in comfort with each other. As we have been talking about terminology and addressing the right way to go about conversations, healthy and open conversations, it's also important for teachers, people in authority positions to handle their students a certain way so that when talking about conversations like this, because we definitely want it in the curriculum, we just want it to be handled in a professional and comfortable manner so that everyone in the class, everybody in the classroom feels comfortable. Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable, and I want to feel comfortable in the classroom setting. I don't want to feel like I'm wary about my peers and just my environment, and it's how should I act or should I be myself?
Yeah, exactly. The same situation for me. If we're ever watching a documentary on the Canadian Railroad or how the slaves commuted from the U.S. to Canada or anything to do with Black lives, how Isosa said, I want to feel comfortable. I don't want it to be awkward or were your ancestors slaves or anything like that. And we're not putting pressure on anyone. Obviously, we just want everyone to have a safe and comfortable environment talking about this sensitive topic.
Yeah, and I think the attention towards people. So is there any situation that you guys would like to kind of speak on or anything that you feel that teachers or you would like to see other students be doing?
Definitely when the topic is brought up and it's spoken about, like there's always that one person that just stares at you.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you staring?
Like uncomfort towards that person. And I think a lot of students don't say it because they rather just go towards other people. Like if I'd ever been in a class, I would probably just go to another person that I feel like is going through the same experience and talk to them about it. And maybe I should have talked to the teacher about it personally, and that would have been more effective. I just think that we kind of gravitate towards each other because on social media, I've seen lots of people saying exactly what you said. As soon as a documentary comes up, everyone turns their head, and it's like, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but you just kind of talk to whoever you think will understand you. And maybe we should start talking about it more in public because maybe teachers just and all staff just don't know fully.
Yeah.
And that's why I also feel like what Serena said, there should be diversity in the class so that you feel as equal. You don't feel like an outsider
Yeah, or
in the
left
classroom.
out.
Yeah.